Why, hello there. It's Tuesday. It is July 22nd, 2022. Sorry. Yeah, it is Tuesday, but I'm sorry for yesterday. That's what I'm sorry about. We're looking at yesterday, which is Monday. All four games above MXP 20 lost. The only consolation is basically the order that the odds makers had as well, except we had Colorado and not Milwaukee, and Colorado won. So on this awful, awful day that goes like 8-4 or 3-9, because I think one of these was flipped as well. This was awful. It happens. It's gonna happen sometimes. That's why I say if you bet your entire bankroll in one day, I will show you someone who loses their entire bankroll in one day. I lost my bet that I had. Actually, yeah, but I think I got something back. I got two of my games on these eight where I bet something with ridiculous lines. But notice I bet $10 and I lose almost every day when I do this. But then occasionally I win and I win a bundle. Well, losing a day like this, even though it's an awful day. This is why betting a lot of money straight betting. I know you guys, some of you guys, you must have got murdered, right? I mean, this is terrible. So that's gonna happen though, and you got to plan accordingly if that's the way you bet. So today being Tuesday, looks like there's a little bit more reasonable lines at the top here. There are 6 games above MXP factor of 20. And then there's a huge drop off. So it really does say focus on these games here. It also says that the Dodgers in Toronto are further down than the odds makers have them. Now, I mean, take it for what it's worth, but that moves them down, which makes these games even more attractive. So if you're going to do a 4-team round robin and also look at Kansas City's line being pretty darn good there, this is something you can consider. Keep in mind, I'm not betting at all today. I'm just doing this video for you guys because, I got woken up and told to do, everybody wants it. So I'm like, all right, I'll just do it. And I got, you know what else I'm doing today? Here, let's take a little aside. Here's what I'm doing. I'm actually learning about electron configuration of the atom and notation, and I am programming something to try to kind of describe mathematically the way I understand the ionic and covalent bonds, at least to begin with, between atoms as I'm trying to do DNA sequencing coding, starting from the beginning. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not even paying attention to baseball. This is all for you guys. But I wanted to show you what the algorithm spits out to prove to you, even after a terrible day yesterday, that you can probably find ways to make money, especially if you bet multiples of, obviously, being able to win a multiple on the day, right? Well, I'm looking at these top 4 games with reasonable lines. I'm just trying to show you what happens here. I can't even paste the lines in right. Let's grab the lines here and put those here. That should work. So let's say that you have, when you're doing 4, it's kind of nice to do something like this. Or 20 maybe. Pull this formula up and that should work. Okay, so here if you had when you do 4 of them, you have a bunch of different combinations you can do. So for example, this is $100 where you bet 100 and you could win 338 if you win all these games. But if you lose one of those games, then you're going to see that you're only going to make a little bit of money. You can also restructure the way you do this. Something like this. Here, you also still really need to go 4-0, but the algorithm is saying that you're supposed to go 4-0 on a good day here. So you should kind of expect to hit this 1 out of every 2 or 3 days. So it's like, all right, well, if I play the same type of thing 3 days in a row, one of these days I'm going to get all 4 in a row, and I'm going to get my 3-1 payout. And on another day, if I lose a game, I can see I still make some money. But what if I lose 2 games? Now I lose almost everything. So anyway, the point is this algorithm and this file here allow you to kind of run scenarios with that. But basically, this is kind of the most stable, just these teams to win, even though the lines are not great. That's what the algorithm says is going to do. And I hate to come back to you tomorrow and look at everything and be like, oh, I bet a million other things. And it turns out, we won 5 of the top 6 or whatever. Right. And I'll be like, well, if you threw all 5 of these or all 6 of these in, you really have to take Dodgers -1.5. You have to take Toronto -1.5 to get paid. You can't really, you start messing with just the money line there, it's going to cost you. So there's a lot of things you can do, but rather than talk about game by game and go really boring at exactly what the algorithm is doing and going through weather and stuff, I'm not doing any of that, because even Waddell, who's hanging out here, who's a good guy, hadn't paid me today, and I don't expect to get paid today. The thing goes 0-4 yesterday with the MXPs above 20. So I understand that. At the same time, when it goes 11-1 one day, I expect people to pay up the next day, right? Like it goes both ways. So I look at it, but I'm not going to go through every game. I'm just going to be like, if I were to bet, which I'm not scheduled to bet anything. I am doing molecular biology, watching a lot of videos. There's so many great sources on YouTube for knowledge, like things that used to be at an AP chemistry class in high school. Be like, I'm gonna learn from this guy in Montana who's really awesome and does amazing videos and really explains things appropriately and really get an idea for what's going on here. I'm gonna work on that today because I feel better about getting that done. I don't feel good about watching baseball, and certainly, the only thing I would do as a passive investment opportunity is just what I showed you, which is these 4 teams on some type of round robin football, and maybe something like these guys -1.5 or Dodgers runs or something. If you really start to dig in, but I'm not interested. So good luck for you guys that are. Nobody paid me for this today, and I understand why, but remember when it wins, I'm going to be like, no, I'm not running around doing free videos for everybody when this thing starts winning again, which will probably be today. All right, good luck. May all your picks be winning.